All right, let's see what we can get started here. Okay, hi everyone. It's Professional High Priestess. I just came with another message because I was like, oh, let me show people what the fuck is going on, right? And this is confirmation because last night we had a meeting. I'll say we have like a little congregation, right? Right, on my other channel where I was just basically talking about what Castle had started in the Bay Area, and what's going to be happening moving forward and what's been happening with court cases and raids and shit like that. So you guys get your mind right in regards to how far this is going. Now, one of the things that's been happening is because they put me in virtual reality and they saw my work and I was like, oh, okay, let me start writing books and putting stuff down. They started playing games with the white man like, oh, people won't know this is your work because we gang stalked the fuck out of you, ran our mouth about you, lost all our money, and then now we're coming back with this new stuff. Yeah, I've healed myself after that, though. Look at my new work. And this is still Daisy stuff. Don't talk to me until you're actually dead. That's the response that people are getting. I found something really interesting online that's going to set the cartel on fire. And somebody's been looking for this dude and his dad for going and standing at the border and kidnapping and raping a bunch of Oaxaca women and other Spanish indigenous women coming into the United States. Thank you. So I went on my LinkedIn and I said, oh, a psychedelic legacy conference. Right, a space for LGBT and people of color. Which ones? Because none of you guys have an Akasha for anything that you're doing or you're talking about. Right, but you guys remember that psychedelic conference that I was talking about, MAPS? Do you know that 6 people have since been arrested because of that? There were hella big ass fights at that conference too because of my work. Well, now we can see that this is going to change genetic testing. Excuse me, isn't that Daisy's work? Oh, I'm so sorry. Isn't that Daisy's work though? The person that you're putting in virtual reality, you're calling her a black bitch and a nigger every day and an ape, and you're playing with her work. Right. Right. So all of these people, not, oh, okay, this is major. These are all border hits. This one, Buki, this is the one that I went to go pay for my class and then run around the UK. Oh, Daisy ordained me to do this. Yeah, I can speak Kemet too. Then write it right down here. Oh, well, I'm not really like skilled. Yeah, I'm still like learning. So she didn't. No, she didn't. I just paid for the class and started a big ass war with everyone's kids going missing. And then when they started looking for her, she was like, oh, Daisy was the one that did it. See, it's her work. No, Daisy's not in the UK. That's you, though, because she plays with Duchesne and Hanifi. Good. Okay, we have one black person. We just thought that people will think that it's okay and she can try to be the Nigerian representative. She's Yoruba. Their family started at Biafra. Okay. Oh. Well, we just thought that this was like a new hustle. Oh. So did everyone else that got shot and went to jail. Just stop playing with my work though, because I commented, I said, oh, this is great, Esteban, because he blocked me on LinkedIn. I was like, oh, that's fine. Because now everyone knows where he's been getting certain information. Oh, so you've been on her page the whole time. He's been on there the whole time. Because I said, hey, this is great. Just make sure none of my work is involved in this after what you started in the Bay Area with cannabis robberies, fake mushrooms, and everyone's kids going missing to play with the endowment. Yeah, but between Esteban, about 40 children went missing. Yeah. So now everyone knows who's been playing in the cartel, who's been playing games with like, oh yeah, I'm cool with Daisy and da-da-da-da-da. We have to make peace with the earth after what started because the psychedelics don't work and they're trying to hold conferences about this bullshit because none of the psychedelics work. All this is really just trying to prep themselves for what they thought was going to happen. Like, oh, we glamored ourselves. She won't know, right? I'm looking right at you, bitch. I know you have death on your ass. I know, because I put it there. Anybody that got involved in this at all, bitch, you're going to be done for, just period. I don't give a fuck. Stay away from my work. Stay away from my daughter's plant. That's Igbo. Right. Stay away from my work. Stay away from my daughter's plant. Stay away from my hash. Stay away from our community as a whole. You guys destroyed psychedelics on the planet. Shrooms don't grow here. Cannabis is done for because they robbed everybody. And then when the cannabis got deactivated, because you don't own the Akasha for that anyways, they started putting meth in all the cannabis and lean in all the cannabis. The other day, I got a fucking joint that promethazine and I said, what is this? And I just threw it away. And you're like, okay, why do you use cannabis? Because I take the cannabis and I put it with my hash, and my hash rejected it because they're like, oh, there's a chemical mixed with it. So I just said, fuck it, let me just smoke my hash clean. And there's also another thing, because what they do with the psychedelic channels for cannabis are broken. So what they did was they took a rabbit in the dream state and put her hand to move all the rabbits or psychedelic channels around. And this is where you get a mother like, oh, This is not my patterning and this is not my psychedelic channel, but I brought down a baby from the lavender space and it's a brown rabbit and the daddy is like a gray rabbit that looks like Peter and the baby bunny is white with red eyes. That means that somebody played a major game and you guys don't know that. I can like see that. Like you have no idea what's going on online. When I'm showing these different rabbits, you just think it's a joke. It's showing who's been playing with the psychedelic channels for thousands of years. So you see these rabbits with their ears down, that's the first game. That's how we got cannabis on the planet. Oh, well, they don't know that they have this down here. And then they can smoke. And then the whites can use this psychedelic channel that we're on. And then that's how they can get high or go into the garden, I guess, because the rabbits got glamored. It was one rabbit that did it. It's the same rabbit that told the Ho Chi Minh where a specific like group of indigenous Chinese people were living. That's where you get these rabbits with their ears down. It's the year of the rabbit right now. So now what's ended up happening is all these rabbits, their bodies got buried. That's how these calico hoes got exposed because they did all of that. Playing with nutmeg and cloves and all that type of bullshit with hash. Those rabbits shut down all those psychedelic channels. Cannabis is done for on this planet. If you don't have the akasha for that, or if you're playing into somebody else, I'm like, oh, let me smoke on your blunt. You're not going to feel it. You're going to get cursed. It's going to turn into meth in your body, and that's it for you. Because the way that you uploaded me and several other Black people to virtual reality playing, then you came in my apartment with that Medellin cartel, starting a bunch of bullshit, causing hella drama. They play with Medellin. So I said, oh, okay. Because I want to Google this Bootsy ass bitch Buki. I think this is powerful. And I said Buki UK Psychedelics Conference because I was looking for the post. And it says UK University launches postgraduate course in clinical use of meth and other things that are not psychedelic at all. Okay, great. So we don't need you to help us do anything. We just need you to move to the side. I put a bunch of death chemicals in my body and I healed myself with red wine, a little bit of rice wine, and the psychedelics that I created in my kitchen. Right. And that's how that chemical got out of my body. So what did you go do? You went to go play games with something ratchet in space and a portal open and everyone can go now. Good. And that's where that Miriam Tory lady is. Okay, good. Let me show you. Psychedelic legacy. That's what they were calling it. Mm-hmm. 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 But there's something else. There's an older man, and I'm telling you, he has a bunch of work that's also hers because it's from space, and he has a bunch of stuff from the Mayans that I can read, but he can't. And they're all talking about how they're Incas and they got banished for playing games with the original psychedelic everyone was eating. It's a banana. And he's dead. He's dead. Esteban Orozco was born on February 1st in Medellin. Why does it say Medellin? Like Medellin Cartel? Like, didn't I just not say? But it's just so funny though how that just popped up, right? Because the funny thing about this with Medellin is the father was in Medellin Cartel. Then he went to go upload himself to the virtual reality, like, he told on himself, like, when they were traveling back and forth, his dad, like trafficking people, like they were kidnapping Oaxaca women, and there's a lady who remembers his dad's face and told everybody. Now she knows his name specifically. Is it the Medellin conference? The Medellin Cannabis Conference. There we go. Just stop playing with my fucking work and stop playing with me, bitch. So, right. So now you see how everyone's been getting exposed. So the whole time you guys were watching what we were doing the whole time and they shut everything down. Every single mushroom on this planet that doesn't come from like the indigenous people, it's from space and it's deactivated. And that's when you find a bunch of people, 6 people died Burning Man, poisonous mushrooms, because it's not a psychedelic. They turned it off because you're putting me in virtual reality. And my daughter owns all those mushrooms. That's how it started in the first place. How did you get the mushrooms down here? We went in the dream state and we used the baby's hand. Why is it that you always have to use the hand of a child or you're playing with somebody sexually to try to get something? We don't have a speech, we're banished. We're illegals. So now look at this bullshit. Thank you. I also want to add, Terrence Allen has your fucking phone tapped. So they've been knowing what the fuck you were doing. Because how are you talking about psychedelics and cannabis and Daisy sitting right here and you're playing with her work and none of the cannabis works? Terrence is not real cannabis because they're like, okay, the rabbits are like, okay, so we can just like carry the psychedelic channel. You're not getting anything. You're not getting anything. Doesn't matter where you go get the weed from. It will be deactivated. Fuck you. That's how those rabbits, all their ears are down. Holland Lops, their ears are down. They gave up their psychedelic channel because a bitch glamored their mom and it went all the way down. She got removed from the tree of rabbits. Her ears are down. You're not going to die all the way. Nah, not yet. You're too cute. That's what happens. Okay, well, I'm still around, but I just don't divinate and stuff like that. But I can have a happy life because now you don't bother me because I'm not psychic anymore, right? The bunnies with the shorter ears, the dwarves. Okay, well, She didn't get my mom. She got my sister, and then she just got me. But it's only like a few colors. The dwarfs. Have you noticed that? They only have like about 4 colors between them. I didn't even know that. The rabbits carry the psychedelic channels in this like universe. If you want to get anything psychedelic, you're playing with those rabbits, cutting off your ears, starting a bunch of shit. You're not getting shit. Right. Let me show you the obstacle. What is this after what happened in the cartel? Right. After Zanquifeng and all those women going missing and their dad's weight getting switched out with Piquite and Bayleaf. Right after what got started with my daughter, and you're playing hella games with the Guacatazi and Matt Handy sticking his dick out to play with different beings and starting hella shit in virtual reality. After what you did, you blasted crazy ass radiation on the planet that stopped things from growing. The only reason why shit is growing is because I put a specific work on the planet. We can keep on playing though, because that shit is getting turned off. People are finding out for me. I'll never speak to you again. You can die. You have death on you. You have a curse on you. How dare you play like that? The main one starting shit in everyone's community though, right? That's the binding to a queen. Yeah. Alma Institute, like Alma Family Services, where you went to go and play games. Like, well, we gave him this certain drug. We didn't know it was going to go that far. It's supposed to wipe their memory though. He still remembers. Oh, okay. I don't think you should have sent that out to his whole job. Thank you. That's who did that. Oh, Rosa, trauma healing facilitator. She said something. She said, "Oh, isn't this Daisy's work?" Now I don't think you should be doing that though. Or you better make sure that she's called in. Yeah, but her email. Da, 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 da. Okay, so now you know, Rosa. Why are they attached to you? To make sure. Does Rosa know that we like set her up actually, and we were the ones that like drugged her? And then she went back to New York, and we started having shit with her too, to like so we can hide the fact that our father started that whole Middle Link cartel with Trujillo and them. Omar? How do you know Omar? Zoila's grandson. Zoila, that's the one from Nicaragua, and they put her mom on the farm. We shouldn't have done that. And then you chased Carla all throughout Bad Baby Daddies, Hella Magic, glamoring her social because she was going to the back streets. Yeah, to that liquor store in the back streets that everyone goes to, and then they go kick it either on Balmy or that park in the back. That's how you got Jose Luis, and that's how you got Carlos's brother dead, and Carlos's brother died. And you think that people are not looking for you, bitch? I showed Darwin's face the other day. So they're trying to host classes with your work and they don't know what they're talking about at all. And none of that psychedelic science, none of that means anything because it's all false. And that's why everyone's still running around twacked out because they're giving people meth. I mean, but what do I know? I'm just a bitch getting put in virtual reality by a bunch of sick ass motherfuckers playing with their dick with white people. Mm-hmm. All this is other people's work. All this is other people's stuff. These are all the hosts playing in Oakland, starting a bunch of bullshit. They're all bullshit and banished. That's why they all run with each other, bird flock together. I have to let you guys know, right? Oh, okay, honeybee, ratchet bitch, somebody that should be missing, somebody that's caught the fuck up, somebody that got defunded, starting shit. Okay, I see, Daisy. Thank you. I have to show you this website. Oh, honeybee. Okay, I see what you guys are doing here. So you're robbing everyone's cartel, and then like you're putting meth or coca that's now gone too, right? And it smells like bay leaf too, because I'm just gonna demote it. Like, let's have fun with it. Is this bay leaf or coca? Because like I can use this as seasoning salt. Do you just do that, right? So now, right? Because you've exposed yourself here by playing with my fucking work. You've been playing on my LinkedIn the whole time. Why did you delete her just like that though? Oh well, I don't want people to know that I was like a fraud. Everyone knows you're a fucking fraud. From the minute you got involved with that cannabis company that robbed the cartel for metals, it was like a specific cannabis pen. The cartel knows. No, you're not. You're not on Yanni and Huey's planet either. Because I'm sitting right here as a Mayan Azteca. Because it's not about like your skin color and like, oh, Spanish America. Ooh. Because half of you guys are not even like indigenous, you're just Spanish. And that's okay. And some of you guys are both because you're mixed. That's explosive talks. Rapist in this community. Then he went to go run his mouth with Luta after he drugged Luta because Desiree Kane told him to. This is going to go very far. Yeah, this has everything to do with all those missing indigenous women. Yeah. What you started? Of course, she's tiptoeing in the US. How would she show her face in UK after what got started? She got harassed. So bad. Right, she was the one. The man that I love sat me down last night and he told me that it's over, done decision. That went so badly in the UK. She can't show her face anywhere. Even the store clerk, he was like twirling and shit like that. She's so embarrassing. I can't tell you guys really. I have to talk about it on the low, but she embarrassed the fuck out of herself. Just starting hella shit. So let's look. Oh, this one. The Invisible No More, missing and murdered indigenous women. That was them that started all that. Yeah, playing in the cartel and starting hella shit for a specific supply, like 3 different crops. One of them was like white corn. One of them was blue corn. One of them was psychedelic mushrooms. And that's like the last of it. They had like 6 big bags and they like divvied it out. Like, oh, we'll have stuff for years and years and years. I don't have shit. I got mushrooms though. Let me show you. You know, right. Let me show you what it looks like so you guys stop getting fucking poisoned. I have a few jars. A few meaning like 9. And processing. That's been done. Meanwhile is awesome. Thank you. Meanwhile is awesome. Yeah, there's people that straight died playing like that. These are dope as fuck. These are dangerous fuck. Let's get started with Yanni and Huey. Yanni and Huey. Yanni and Huey. Yeah. I'm sitting in my house and I start singing Yanni and Huey. It's just like a joke, you know. Oh, don't you guys like my hair? Don't I look like some annoying bug thing that should be like not around? Okay, don't I look in Guaca with my like Teletubby feelers? Because her picture has surfaced in the United States of America in Guaca. So now you don't have any of these. These are actually specific DMT mushrooms. And these ones are actually, I made them specifically for the hood that got fed Xiong. Because what this does is it actually turns your blood into a specific type of like ether. It's like more holographic. It's like 3 levels above holographic. Then you're able to actually reinstitute like your original like blood programming. But you didn't know that though. We should stop like doing that because we don't know what we're teaching. You don't. Isn't that how this started with Desiree running her own period blood? Talking about like she's giving you the blood of Babylon? Because she read something from Aleister Crowley and thought she was lit. Yeah, I read that too, and I stopped reading It Has Magic. And I was like, I read one line, I was like, oh, this is garbage. Because I don't like nonsense in my consciousness. Not much, you know, because you have my phone, right, Esteban? Like, oh, maybe I can get like more information. And if I can get closer, maybe I can get a divination channel. And then do what? Why don't you stop smoking meth and then uploading me to virtual reality and thinking like, yeah, now I'm really divinating. So now, these ones, I like these ones a little bit better. These are more for like, oh, like, these are more like, oh, like I don't do drugs really, but like, okay, I like the psychedelic reality. I like having better dreams. Like, I don't know, you're my mate. Yeah, I mean, we can get in bed. I got so many things on my mind. I like these ones. These are the sand dune ones. I just keep them in one. These are lit. I like these ones better. Right, I process these. I make these and I process them. Don't they look like real mushrooms? Oh, you got mushrooms. I got mushrooms. I got purple. I got grapes. These I soak in red wine. Bitch, you will really be so hit like, oh, so now I can see everything. I see all of it. I see that. And I mean, you know, my psychedelic reality is popping because why am I getting uploaded to virtual reality? Right? So now we will know actually, right? Oh, we'll just say that it's the mushrooms that are doing it. Remember, I got these from the Asian market and then I converted it with a specific type of like fungus that I got and a specific type of like petrified like lemon that you can't find anywhere. They cost like 4K for like one of them and I found 3 of them. Mm. Mr. Telephone Man, right? You guys know about those black lines. They love using them to grow truffles. They're very like rare. I'm not talking about the calamansi, but like real black line. They're rare because the way that they go through a reaction, people have tried to even do it like in like what's that called? Like, oh, try to put it in the dehydrator and do this. Okay, it has to go through like natural reactions. It has to, right? Because that's how like it grounds down several universes by going through the seasons. It grounds down several universes and planets. That's how you do it. Did you know that? No, because I don't have an astrology, Akasha. Okay, maybe we should stop playing with people's kids. Maybe you should just stop. Maybe you should stop. Because this bullshit right here, bitch, is gonna cancel all this bullshit right here completely fucking out. Good. All this nonsense right here with this motherfucker playing in the cartel, playing with Goya Foods, is gonna cancel all this bullshit. Because you don't know somebody that I know. Right. Who do you know? Should you talk first or I talk first? I'll talk first. I know Parabolton. So now we want to actually there's so I put this one in here and then I have like one a few underneath. They're like separated, but they're like so strong in color and taste and everything that you know which one you're looking for. But if you have a divination channel, you'll be able to see, oh, those are a psychedelic because we have a divination channel to go and see. Isn't that how it started in the first place? Because before classification and codexes, how do we know? How do you know? How do you know? Right. I'm about to go ahead and get rich. Look at me, my nigga. Right. Whoa. These black ones like this that are all like this, these are death mushrooms. You take this when you actually want to die. Like, I want to like break my body down, or let's say, for instance, you're going through hospice care, or like you got given assisted suicide chemicals in your food or something like that, or your entire food supply to target a specific race of people, like South Central at 3 different Burger Kings and McDonald's, right? Because there's an encampment nearby of homeless families, and they go there to feed their kids because they get like deals in the app and all kinds of stuff, and it's cheaper. And Impossible Burger, right? So then you go and put nonsense in their food, and then I gave them a few of this. You know what? I hate this life. Ah! You'll cry, get a little bit of act. That'll turn your blood into gold. You mix it with a certain cazadores. I'm not going to tell you if it's dark or light. I'm just going to let you try. And then it rebuilds your blood. That's all you need to turn on to go cloud chase. But you don't have those psychedelics because I got them. And none of those are psychedelic. They're all poisonous. Because that's why Australia got lit up with fucking poisonous mushrooms. Plain names, Cartel. Now, I like this one too. This one is like, oh, like, you know, bitch, you're starting too much shit. Like, okay, let me take these and like, let me chill. Like, you don't need to smoke a blunt, but I want to get higher. So if you smoke THC, then you take this, then you get DMT. But you have to make sure that like the DMT, the cannabis that you're smoking doesn't have meth, or else this doesn't get activated at all. And there's something about a bunch of people having a specific DNA sequence blocked because you're playing with me, you're playing with Leon, you're playing with the psychedelic reality, you're cutting off the ears of rabbits, and you're kidnapping and raping Oaxaca women and other children from Zorzai. Yeah. So now, yeah, well, now actually, right? Oh, Papacito's dad and best friend. Ooh, yeah, he's now gotten online. Ooh, because he heard the commotion. What now? Bitch ass niggas out Maria is like funding, playing with the cartel. They robbed like 3 of your friends for cannabis and shit like that, talking about they're gonna do like a psychedelic conference. What psychedelic conference when this is going on? Hey, didn't we tell you to turn that shit off? Yeah. They just think that it was lit because they thought that they got somebody in jail, but they didn't. It's the wrong person. The right person got arrested. Oh, and they didn't know that this bitch ass nigga right here, you've heard of him, but you don't know him. This is the dude, like he basically has started like part of the Link Cartel in the herbal form, like bringing whites and stuff like that into like the community. Like, oh, we'll give you grants for farming, all this micro lending and stuff like that for them to go flip on the middling cartel, flip on the good cartels, or then for the meddling cartel to be like, oh, we'll act as security, we'll help you open a store, we'll act as transit, and then getting everyone set up. They get enslaved on the farm to work for free. Next thing you know, meddling cartel changes everything into their name. Good. So now, right, let me just like, right, and this goofy bitch, Papacito's dad and best friend, this is the hoe that was playing games with that mustard seed, ooh, and then she was playing games with cardamom, ooh, and Peter is the cardamom hash. Peter, the rabbit that you know he's getting people charges. Peter is thousands of years fucking old. That rabbit is not to be played with. They're pure magicians. And Peter just came onto this planet because he knew that there was going to be a war. Peter's mom, she came from the ancestral plane. That's so disrespectful because they cut off the ear of a bunny and she said, wait, hold on. And came down and said, show you right. So when I say that show you right, those hoes know what that means because that's Peter's mom that talks like that. So now you hoes got caught the fuck up because there was a bunch of shit. A bunch of bodies. So these are like, okay, this is like more like warfare. Like, okay, I could take these and like, it'll reset my entire nervous system, do this and this and this and that and help me. Trauma. You're talking about intergenerational trauma. Remember, that was my work, right? And I had all my stuff all done, was doing a bunch of shit for free, writing a bunch of books and all this other stuff. But okay. And then we like lied on your name, right? You're a pedophile. You got banished from 3 communities because you're sticking your dick in people's kids. You turned around, you played with my name. Elliot ended up getting hit. He's homeless. Layla's getting shot at. All her friends are dead, right? You went to go play my name talking about, oh, well, she did this and this and that and her sister. That's not my sister. I don't know that bitch. And somebody just came out with 4 air Clankla white women getting charged and 2 getting arrested because she played with my name. Everybody went to jail over that bullshit that you guys started. So now that my work is here and they're trying to make it seem like, oh yeah, we didn't destroy our whole community playing with Daisy. I just want to say on record, I don't know you. I don't know you. I'm really into the psychedelic arts. I don't know. You actually have been fired from several jobs because are you high at the job? This lady right here, high. Psychedelics is not her problem. She has a curse on her for playing with Uva Ursi. Thank you. Her family was the one that started that nonsense at the Ganges. Thank you. Go. Shut the fuck up. Shut up. And I'm Dubai, right? And yes, I know about Ceviche Debbie, but you don't. Right. So now, oh, right, like, okay, how did you get your teeth like white and nice after all that nonsense? Because I noticed like all these green machine chemicals in the radiation. That's actually this one when you go through death, but there's 2 different ones in here based on like however I feel. So if I put water in here and like let it ferment a little bit, like they get softened up and then it turns into a different intelligence, but that's even way ratchet. You get a little bit of like, okay, make drinks like you can even ground these down into powder, which I've done before. And I make a really dope, like it's like black tea. It's like black tea. Sorry, Earl Grey tea with the psychedelic, some milk, a little bit of vanilla. That shit will get you high as fuck. Baby John Quina. Yeah. Whoa. Baby John Quina. That means like have mercy on me. Yeah. Whoa. And I know how to speak Farsi because it's a psychedelic language. Because what do you think those Pashtuns were doing? They're making hash. Now, one of the things that you need to understand, if not priestess, get the fuck out. Right. If not priestess, well, get the fuck out. That's a Pashtuni sister. She died in the war, the first one, but she's happy she's gonna get her body back and like come down. And she's like, what are jeans? And she like long hair. She's like, yeah, hood. And she got her Nikes like, yeah, fighting. Yeah, I see it. Yeah, and she's like ready. And but remember, she's like Pashtun, so in dresses and like, you know, but she died in the war. So now they're like fighting and stuff like that, like getting ready. So she's like, yeah, hood. I see the outfits. I just love the cultural exchange, right? Right. Or we can start playing with that hash in my kitchen and I can show everyone why cannabis is about to be done for and why I got a hell of good shit. Because you guys just see me smoke online and be like, well, yeah, everyone has seen this. That's why I smoke on camera, so you guys can see that shit works. Here we go. Alternatives for rolling blunts. Oops. Stop playing me, bitch. Stop playing with my work. Just make sure a fucking letter or line of my work does not end up in that bullshit, bitch. So, exiting the hologram. Oh, so you niggas are out like raping and molesting people's kids, and then you're talking about doing like classes and like starting shit. And this is how they're so Inca, because this says I want to go play in a psychedelic channel. Then I was reduced to a I now have the skin and the hair of the pale one. Fuck. This is how white people want to go get created. Yeah, yeah. A Pokemon. Yeah, because they're making fun of white people. Just like Jinx, black lady with on hair. You cursing yourself, Jinx. Magic. Because there's a bitch in space. I wear lace fronts like that. Like, oh, now I can divinate because I have long hair and it's lace front. And all this weave that you're playing with, right? You want to know why the psychedelic channel got shut down? Because they were going in space and cutting off the hair of the high priestess, the iguanas. Ooh, after putting them in jail on planet Earth. And all that water wet and wavy, 28 inches, that's from space. It's a curse. because I put the Black community on. I said, oh, you can get clip-ins, and like these are made from like silk and other fibers, and this how you seal it. And then if you wash it with these two things, it will be good. Like that one Black dude, he's not really queer, but he has a child. He's just like in his like basically what they did was they switched him and his sister. Oh, you have a wood as the male, and then I have the flower, and they just switched it. So he's just a little bit more feminine. But that high priest, he watches my channel. He teaches people how to wash weave and all kinds of stuff like that. And I kept tracks for months. They're synthetic, and they look like real hair. And they started a big ass war. They don't sell those anymore because, like, no, we need to keep them with other people's hair. We have a dead woman from Cambodia. Give her that wig. Give them that wig. Okay, there you go. No more source eye, bitch. No, not with me, because I don't wear weave. So you went to go and play like shit is bad. It's disgusting. If you didn't play with our hair like that, why? But I like my hair short. I just like put like, I was like, okay, well, whatever. I just like braided it out. I was like, okay, whatever. I'll just wear my hair like this. It's like natural. It looks cute and sporty when I'm not with the Nguacatiltibis, right? Like, okay, I can work with this. I don't need to like put somebody else's hair in my head. I have tracks, but they're made out of silk. European indigenous. Anuak. Let me speak on. Let me see. Ooh, ooh, ooh. African, European, Filipino. Wanda, not Wanda Sabir. Wanda, you know the one that plays with all the white people on the bomb? She's exiting the hologram. What hologram? You don't need to exit a hologram if you don't have one. Shut up. Shut up. It doesn't just that Martha Jimenez is playing in the cartel. There you go. It doesn't matter because what this is gonna do, it's going to fucking explode. People have been doing for years. Now, I have something else for you. Why are you funding false you're funding individuals that are putting out information that is not real in the community? I'm afraid, given like what has come out with like cannabis industry and psychedelics being poisoned, that people are gonna like, find themselves with wrong information. And that's such a serious game. I feel like if you're gonna be talking about spirituality and stuff like that, the same spirituality that you demon and you told everyone that she was a schizophrenic, and look at these statements from her mom and her IEP, right? When you were poisoning her and she just didn't want to be around white people. I feel like that same energy needs to be put around like all of this. And it will. Good. 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 And sticking your dick in people's kids and feeling like, yeah, I'm high. I know I'm connected. Let me go ahead. It doesn't need to be inverted. Just go ahead. As I have a psychedelic like channel, I could just like lend it to somebody else. Like, do you see this nigga? Oh, you're a fraud. Thank you. Can I have it back? Or do you want to keep using this? Let me see a few things. Go ahead. It's okay. Don't worry. I can like do that. I can bifurcate my psychedelic channels because I have a master one. Do you know about that? No. So you went playing games in our community and starting hell shit. Get the fuck off. Just and mainly it's what you start. Don't forget this. Don't fucking forget this. Don't forget. Don't forget. There's not a drug to help you forget. Oh, yeah. So now I have something else to show you. Just shut the fuck up. Stop. So, hey, no, but I want to speaking in language. There's a lot of light here. And it's another reason. But in the Bootsies, and the flower cares. You don't play that. It's only for me. So then you went to go and play with Vivi, right? And then you play with that Auntie Divination. That's her name. It's like pop Divination. And you want to perfume on the planet because you bitches want to go play. And then they shut down every single psychedelic channel. If you're smoking any cannabis or doing mushrooms, you're on meth, bitch. That's done. That's over. And it's a few hoes playing games like, oh, with the time loop. So I can just essence. So anyways, let's focus on other things. So, oh, somebody wanted to see, it's just seasonings. Now, I'm going to do that. Just wait. I'm just going to make it relevant. So now, after talks of drama and bullshit, right? Let's keep on looking. Let's keep on going. Let's keep going. I want you guys to see this California Black Freedom from bitch. This how they got stuck up. I was saying, isn't it? Yeah, it's unfortunate. They kind of set him up, and he felt like he needed to like get involved. I don't really care. But let me look into my accurate divination. Mark, yeah, he was involved, but not really how people think. Like he left Policy Link and he left a lot and he told Castle, I don't really think he should be doing that. But it was Castle that was telling him, oh, don't do this and don't do that because they did some like data thing at Policy Link. I never asked to be involved in it. Mark Philippart was watching me my work and he suggested me for it. It was Castle. Tableau knows about my work too. They brought me up like, oh, have you heard of Daisy and like this like integrative analytics? They brought me up. They try to sell my data work because the endowment, like I typed up some notes and I said, oh, this should be like the next 10-year plan. And they try to put that into their strategic plan until they realize that they have to spend down. I can show you in an email because I sent it to Albert. Should I show you what Martha's doing? So you have some weird ass, old ass, like white lady, basically, because she's not Latin. She's not Spanish, she's white. That's even less than Latin. She's white, following you around sexually, starting hella shit, talking about, oh, maybe I can get an apartment there. Like, oh, we don't have enough money in our budget. Okay, to follow me, because she thinks she's gonna follow me to the UK now. Okay, and that's why you're gonna get shot. And they switch your daughter's child at birth, and your niece, they switch them at birth too. Any female that has a baby in your family, they're switching them at birth. There's 3 more, they're switching them at birth. Thank you. This nigga's getting arrested, they're giving him Chiong. Good. So, anyways, right? So then they tried that backfire. Can't you see I'm shining? Whoa, can't you see that I'm shining? Can't you see I'm shining? Whoa, that's psychedelic right there. Yanni and Huey, Yanni and Huey. Sometimes Yanni thinks that oh, like Yanni and Huey, like she thinks I'm like, are you in danger? And she noticed like, oh, it's just like song and dance. And she was like, I don't know if I'm comfortable with that. Because it's like funny, or are you playing with my name? Yeah, because Yanni is not, she's, after you guys try to bring her down here on planet Earth, you have to, yeah, after that, that's done for. Even I'm like tiptoeing around Yanni because she has a baby now, right? So anyways, let me go pull up this thing with the endowment and let me go speak the proper language of the Aharam people. Yeah, because something's going to get exposed with a bunch of people playing, like, oh, I'm Spanish, but you're actually part Uzbeki. Ooh, like Yesenia Sanchez. Yeah, because you played in space and you're bin bad. I don't know what the fuck you're talking about. You better be careful talking all that bullshit, bitch. Anybody talking about indigenous anything, psychedelics, anything is getting turned inside out and over. Nope, they're all involved. You better be careful because somebody just got their bank account closed. Amari, listen, I don't talk to him at all. I don't know what the fuck he's talking about. He didn't make any tarot deck with me. I don't talk about what that tarot deck he stole it from somebody else. And it's not really supposed to be a tarot deck. It's like a what do you call it, divination deck. They try to turn it into a tarot deck. He's not divinating. He didn't get anything from Neferkapata. That thing did not sell. He's in hella drama. He was dating some little ass girl named Nika. Lit up the entire Armenian, Albanian, Uzbeki community starting hell shit. She's mentally fucking ill. Thank you. They're all delusional. I don't talk to any of them. I was friends with one of them. She started so much shit, and that's how her name came up in that last Proof of Chaos with playing games. Lucy O'Leary, Harvard University, Boston, all those Dominican women that went missing. That's why they firebombed that lady's house, because she started that. Yes, they run with each other. That's how I met these people. So, okay. Yeah, crying like I try to call her in and oh. So when did you meet Daisy? Oh, well, I just met her through Lucy. I met her a few years ago. Like, yeah, I thought she was solid, but then I heard this and that. So why are you like filing reports with the endowment and like doing fake ass shit like that? And it's causing drama in our community. Oh, well, I would just say this. I didn't really know her. I should have like been more cognizant before I like started leaking all that shit about her. I didn't really know her like that. Let's upload her to virtual reality and then see if we can do her like a ritual sacrifice, and then we can do it. Okay, nice. Anuak. Anuak. Let's see. Anuak, a Spanish language? No. Anuak is for specific functions. And now here comes like a high priest. Because I was gonna go like, I was like, I want to learn about like math and like science from the Komodos because they know how to play, because they play with fire all day, right? So I was like, okay, let me go run with you and like, look, I'm getting my like gift. But basically, Anuak is a tribe. Let me see where you were located. If it's Anuak, you're gonna be down like right here. Nah, Anuak is here. And they had like a specific group of people that they worked with. One was Oaxaca, but they also worked with Pai, and of course they worked with the Seminoles. It's the war of like, it's the Mexican-American Wars. It's a Mexican-American war, but it's also a war of 1812 where the Anuak really got like their claim to fame. Because what they did was they ended up like banishing like a bunch of like people that had mixed early with the Spanish. Like it's like the third round of Christopher Columbus and them. Because remember, they were at this at like 1492. So it's like around like the 17, like they saw like something go on with the text. They took that codex and said, this is all banished. And then they rewrote it because they can all divinate the Anuak, right? So if you're talking about like Anuak, then you're talking about that you play with two people that are from space, because no one really knows about the Anuak because they were not really here on planet. They reincarnated specifically that work 1812, that codex. Yeah, the fake one. And then reset it like, oh, this is what this does, this is what that does. Otherwise, you guys will be using corn as shampoo. Exactly, and that's what you're doing now. So anyway, that was the whole entire purpose of that nonsense with the codex. So Anuak is like all about like medicine warfare. Like if you're a fake medicine man or fake medicine woman or fake magician, this is what we deal with. The Anuak also have a specific substance that runs magic, because it's a substance that runs magic. You guys don't know that. You have to go to the magician planet, and then it like runs that planet, runs that tetraverse, runs that universe, runs that whole interface. All right. So the Anuak, you have a specific type of like air, water, and like crystal like intelligence. That means that you're in the Hebrew mansions, because that's what it means to be Anuak. Just like Ethiopian, you're in the mansions. Just like Igbo, you're in the crystal mansions. You've just perfected a chemical state, and you're past like chemistry. Now you have to play with me in like crazy like levels of geometry, aka the argogram. Oh, I didn't know that, because you're not Anuak. Anuak did something really powerful. They went to war with the people that made a deal outside of Zorzai. Like, oh, these people are in Zorzai, those people are in Zorzai. We can one day get to Zorzai. Let's mix our bloodline and then say, oh, she was not a bad person. He wasn't a bad person. I was banished though. They were banished though, and then get to Zorzai. Because they all have a certain type of look. Their part Uzbeki. Yeah, and then they want to go and play. And then the funny thing is, it's not about like, it's Uzbeki bad or is this bad? No, it's just a few people that got together and they mixed their blood. But then the same thing happened with like a bunch of people that are Spanish, but they look like Middle Eastern. Right. It's not really a problem. It's just like they got mixed up in the divination channels that they came down through. Like, oh, they're Uzbeki, but we'll put them down through the Oaxaca channel, and then they'll be confused. But why? I'm still Oaxaca. And we're still Zorzai, and we're still family. We still have divination patterns where you can still do these things. Coriander, we still cook. We even have cilantro and other foods. So I'm not lost here. And they did that so they can like scatter the psychedelic channels because they can't divinate. It's so anyways, California Black Freedom Fund. So Mark Philippart, Newcastle was a WAP, just like, okay, this is unprofessional for this also to be going on, but why is this going on? Because one of the things that you guys are going to start realizing is, why is it unprofessional that it's going on? Because you're the one doing it. Why is it unprofessional? Right. So they started this California Black Freedom Fund when this all got started. Like, oh, we're not like against the Black community. We're not starting all shit. This is bigger than Daisy. It's gonna come out like all that we were trafficking hella people, targeted hella of her friends too at Mount Eden when they lived in Hayward, started a bunch of shit in the hood. It's not about a Black person, because I'm Black too, Castle. But everyone, I just now realized Castle's half white. His mom is white. Right. So they started this bullshit. I will put our money together, having hella time, hard time not getting money, people pulling their money out. Mark Philippart, I work at Silicon Valley Community Foundation. This was supposed to be like one of my portfolios that I watched. All of a sudden, they demoted me and made me the ED of this because of what had gotten started. Because somebody sent an email being messy because Mark Philippart like left all of them and he didn't like fund them and didn't bring them into Policy Link and other groups that like he was involved with because of what they had gotten started. Right. But Mark Philippart can clean up his whole Akasha and get a really good job, aka like the next director of Silicon Valley Bank, if he does two things about this fake ass policing bill and what you saw Castle do with 300 Honeybees. So you work with them like that. Okay. Woo, Daisy, your hand is working in California. My hand is working viciously. So now you got Charles. He's not really involved in this. Like, he's just like Ethiopian. He is Ethiopian. She knows. So now, so Kendra Davis, fake ass bitch, starting too much shit. Oh, Rosenberg Foundation. Whoa. Trump running with Latifah. All those hoes are disgusting. Imagine coming to work and you're like having disgusting ass conversations about like, oh, somebody doing this and that, but they didn't. And now it's like the norm for people to have conversations about incest and uterus trafficking and a bunch of other shit because of what you did to me. Because somebody said, remember when you guys were doing that to Daisy and it was fake? Now we're gonna do it to you when it was real. Remember you guys were lying on me saying I was doing this and this and that, and she teleported that out. Well, she worked for a youth organization and a bunch of kids went missing. Daisy didn't work at a youth organization that did direct service. They were doing policy work. Oh, oops. So now she's going to find out who did that because she's just watching, listening. California state budget request. Join us in requesting that California, who's never done this, put money into a foundation to then go out and do things in the community. Look at how many likes do they have on this page? Oh, ooh, and all the foundations came in. They had a big gathering with Chiong everywhere and Soju everywhere and a bunch of bullshit and Desiree's period blood. Oh, I just bought 3 bottles of hot sauce. They won't even know I brought this. That's her signature. Oh, okay. Thank you. So then what ended up happening, in order for me to be a jealous bitch, it has to mean that my energy is not involved in you trying to like be lit. Make sure you brush your teeth because motherfuckers are watching you all this, and you could tell I brush my teeth. You could tell it's so fresh and so clean. And somebody got shot in that line. Good. You get shot. So now look, whoa, another bitch in plain space. No melanin. I don't understand these spirals. She's beyond that. This one is done for me. Not beyond me. Not on the planet beyond me. Oh, you did this twice. Oh. So you did it with like bitches like Latifah, cockeyed asshole, and because divination channels and starting to make, and then you like did it in space with another bitch that looks just like her, and it's and old hoes playing. So do I and yeah, and you run so much magic on you because you mentioned this tribe, and that bitch is hella stupid starting this, right? Not you. Stop. And you, it's you know, and like we say quadro, like, oh, if I'm gonna say Ziki line, and I'm gonna say Kiki line, but Q like 4 times Kikai to get to Kwai. So she's playing games for water, and this she's playing with that banana again in that divination channel, and that's how this Inca is still acting out. Thank you, High Priest. So, anyways, Anuak. Anuak. It's the force that brings down the enforcer. It's like the force that brings down the Dimitwam, the demonic enforcer of Igrupum, the false use of medicine. That's how their language goes. Their language is like it's like nah. It's a language similar with not Maya, not even mom. That's like the closest. The closest like thing to this language on the planet is like Old Farsi, like Akuikarakaram and Kiri Dufkaram. Yeah, like the Q was like very like prevalent. So Anuak is like a steel. It starts with like a substance that I don't have the akasha to explain, but it's like it's free form. Oh, you're really magician. It's too precious. Too precious for it. You must be more rational. Wait, hold on. Yeah, and it's tragic. Starting me on the shit, and you're about to be spreading a bunch of this shit. Wait. Be careful. You better be careful. You better be really careful playing like that. Thank you. Be careful. Good. Because I know what you're about to go do next, and somebody got killed over that. Just focus on losing 150 pounds and don't focus on me. Because that's where Desiree went left and got left. Right. Thank you. Whoa. I think that's a perfect idea. So, anyways, High Priest, I'm a lock. I accept the Akasha. I need 3 bodies, yeah, to carry this charge. And it has to be a portal function body to like connect me to that magician state. Okay. Okay. He's about to get his ass. So, so now, okay, so recklessness and chaos, I agree. I'm a lock. I'm a lock muchachos. Okay, I'll just say this. I thought I was supposed to have a job and be good in those psychedelics. Then you said, no, I have all the psychedelics and I have all this, and you can eat whatever you want and no calories. Because I could have sworn this one was so to work my way up, right? Like enforcer Akasha, like you do like proper and then you get more, right? You don't go and rape children, Robin, and start shit because they just found saw something right before their eyes. How did that happen? You don't go start a bunch of bullshit. Oh, you know what? There's a tree branch. She fell down. Oh, high priestess, I don't want people like dragging over you on the road. I'll put you to the side. What's your speech? It's okay. I don't know your speech. I don't know what you do, but that's okay. You're here. They're original branches. I didn't know that you lived down the street from me. I'm gonna go on an adventure. I'm just gonna go see what's in my community here, like, because there's some plants that she was like, I cannot, I can't tell you my speech. You are the enemy. Oh, okay. I I have a speech, but I can't tell you we're allies. I'm like, oh, okay, because I guess I took over her speech or I like watered her. Like that's how they play. Oh, I can't like this hibiscus. She won't even tell me her speech. She'll be like, just look at me, and then you'll know. I just know my period was painful, and I drew you. Okay, so good, thank you. Good. And there's something called time stamping. Time stamping. So just make sure you have all that on paper before you start running your mouth. Good, because I'm about to curse you. Right. So the way that I'm going to do this is with this, but also too, you give them a specific ikram. Right. I was So this is the magic that creates metals, because magics are metals. He's staying away. It's just so that's for me. It's a hot. Don't ever eat that sing Sig if you clean your Igoro ever again. And kissing a pig is also eating pig. And yeah, that's also eating pig. And yeah, sleeping next to a pig is also eating pig. That's already happening. No, I just need it to happen faster. Uh, so, anyways, let's keep on going. So, so So, anyways, right? I just have this. You need to see their events. Marky's watching. Like, who cares? US started hella shit. I just did my job. Whatever. I get to feed my family. I don't got drama. Exactly. Latifah Simon, all them there. 4 fights. Latifah, please don't speak to me. Until Daisy, like this ends with Daisy, I don't think that we should move forward with any of this. These are all the ops though. Ooh, I would never. This Ogochukwu, I would never divinate. Her whole family is setting up everyone in Biafra. Yeah. Yeah, it's very unfortunate. That's what they get. And she was the one that ran her mouth the most, but I don't know her. I remember her from Nigerian parties and stuff like that. There's too many people getting involved in gossip. This looks really bad. Everybody got. And they knew that that was going to happen. So they said, oh, we're going to bring this fund. And well, you signed an agreement. We can take our money out. I can just go to the bank and take it out. Because we don't want to fund like ratchet nonsense, like doing magic on Daisy with several bitches and spell work parties at Castle's house. And that's what you guys are spending this bullshit on. You guys got in bed with a serial killer and a rapist. And now you're mad because you don't have no spiritual powers. Yeah. Yeah, what are these hoes talking about? That's what I'm talking about. Gavin Newsom appoints leaders to racial equity task force. You need to go see what this is and like where all the money in the state is going. They're talking about her racial equity. Okay, Miss Larissa, I'm gonna give you the benefit of the doubt. I'm just gonna like, nah, because people are gonna be like, just because I'm light skinned, it's not because you're light skinned. Let's see. I'm gonna give her the benefit of the doubt because she just got some information. She doesn't see my channel though. Let's see. Let's see. Let's see. I want to give her the benefit of the doubt. As a they will call me in this Anuak, I'll be called an Azuquanquen. So I'm already an Azteca, and then I become an Anuak. So in order to become an Anuak, you have to become an Azteca. There you go. So what the fuck? Oh, ooh. Yeah, that's like a topic. Hold on. You say you from 98 and what? International, there's a fire station there, the gas station. You're from 98th and C Street. Shoot you. That's what you just said. What did you talk? Or you say, oh, basically what you're saying is like, oh, I'm Black. You're saying, oh, I'm Black, but I'm street them, really claiming to be like a Brixton nigga or Cambridge nigga. Whoa, what? Or I'm gonna keep a Bradford that I banished from my hood because I was starting too much shit, but I went to go roll through my hood and figured out why like gunfire like followed me like, oh, that's okay. I'll keep out and talk to her. They all got banished. I'm sorry, I don't have nothing to say to anybody. Good. That's unlock right there. I've said all I need to say. Our team has been on the ground. Yeah, like no one is going to their events and no one is funding them. And Allensworth, this corporations in California. He looks tired. Can we talk about this Cheong? I just wanted to end. Can I just, oh, that was amazing, Frankie Beverly, when I was thinking, can't you see I'm shining? Yeah. Okay, but I just want you guys to see it. The good troublemaker is building power in California. Yeah, the California endowment. I know he's my mate. Several children, 9 children going missing. Right. So you can play with love spells with a man that doesn't even know you. Just state budget request for district. Yeah. Oh, so you can launder money. That's what if we brought structural anti-Blackness back into the narratives of Asian American history? Why are you talking about anti-Blackness in the Black community when you're playing with Cheong? That's how goofy they think that you guys are. They think that no one saw this. Harambe! It's like nice to celebrate, like, oh, we have something. Or you can just celebrate like you're in your federation, or like you're from Zorzai, so what the fuck are you talking about? Why would you be celebrating the holiday of ops? I don't celebrate Kwanzaa. I'm like, okay, hello, I'm Igbo, so I'm like, oh, okay, like it's something like powerful in our community, da 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 da. Like, okay, like but I was like, oh, I heard about this and that. I did research, but I never knocked it. I was like, okay, I just didn't know that they were using it to play games in space. Like, oh, we have our own speech. And no one is there, bitch. They're really not playing. Right. Oh, so you're really playing. Right. So these hosts got against you, Daisy, because they already knew who you were and they knew that they can get hit and sued. And so they went to go play. Yeah. And then they come like at professional meetings, like, oh, Daisy, I'm so sorry. I don't know what you're talking about. Oh, I'm so sorry. We can't talk about that. But then you're uploading people to virtual reality, bitch. And their daughter is dead, bitch. Starting shit like that. Asian Americans in an anti-Black world. But you can keep playing with me though. Like, oh well, I'll just cut your uterus out and then I'll get an egg and then I'll be able to like be in Kemet. And then I can be in Kemet. Mark Philippart, he doesn't know that. He's hella laughing. Yeah, they put him in hella drama. He's just doing his job, like whatever, bitch. I guess. Daisy, once you get that money, it's over. Everyone's gonna come out and tell their story. They are. And people have already been talking. That's why everywhere Mark goes, I can honestly say on record, let's say Mark Philippart on record, Mark Philippart, I want to catch you, he's laughing. On record, Daisy, I'll say this because I've done this before. We had a few meetings with like Judy Belk and them where we use this to like speak into the room and it gets recorded. So I'll just say on record as Mark Philippart, executive director of Black Freedom Fund, that what Daisy is saying is true. I like how you do this with your finger. It helps me too, because that's how you can track the intelligence of like the incoming messages. You know, like when you're scanning waves, that's how you're going to do that. And that's how you're going to figure out who's talking to you versus Castle playing in your ear at 6 different bitches and calling your wife's phone like, oh, Mark is cheating. Just goofy bitch ass nigga shit that's been done with Castle days. I can't really say Castle's been getting shit. So now, Mark, as I was saying, Daisy, thank you. I'll talk a little bit slower. People know that I'm not into drama or hoodness or ratchetness, but I have a few things to say. Long story short, you're telling the truth. Every event that we host, no one comes. No one believes in reparations. Everyone's saying until this stops with Daisy and Leon, there's not going to be anything. Any dollar that's put out in reparations, it's getting snatched back 10 times. Everyone I saw this, Ebony Relix exposed herself. She's so ridiculous. I have to talk about what happened with her husband though, because of her name, because he ended up getting blacklisted. He didn't know that was the entire plan. That was the entire plan. Right. That's not, that was the entire plan. And now one of the other things that's coming out here is what's currently going on with somebody that used to work at the California Endowment. Are you discussing Rick Omanar? It's not Rick Omanar, it's Jamila Bradshaw. Jamila had gone over to Boston and left the endowment after getting fired for what they were doing with spell work because something had gotten started with you sending out a message about like your body being hella hot. And somebody filed several police reports and she ended up passing away. So 2 people from the endowment got fired. And then 3 of them, this is from me, 3 went to jail. Yes, that one we've confirmed. There's been court dockets, Daisy, I'm telling you, you don't know how helpful your website is. Court dockets, statements, bookings, when you go to get your intake and booking logs, all of that, mugshots, all of that has gotten leaked because they're playing with these Asians online that just exposed them because you're mainline. Daisy, you don't know how lit you are right now in Asia for a Black woman to be like running shit. The whole Chinese economy like crashed. That's done, and they can't come to the States for what they got started. And gladly, they're disgusting. They are. And all this nonsense with Hot Pot at H-Mart, I'm going to tell you that the endowment brought that to an event. Not a single person ate it, and they went to war with everybody. And that's how everybody knew Chiang was real. And that's what happened. That's what happened. When this was going on, they tried to glamour everybody, and no one ate the food. And they started going to war with people. Like, oh, for real? Okay. No one ate anything. Blood, bitch. You're doing what? And Mark, yeah, he's just heard this and he wants to say about like UK because he already heard. I'm just gonna say I'm gonna stay all the way out of that, as everyone should. I saw a few things because yeah, investigation. And I'm gonna tell you right now, Daisy, this stalker shit that they got going on, the whole queer community got fucking defunded because of it. They did. They did. Shh. Black to the Future Public Policy Institute, that's nothing. I don't really like get involved with a lot of this. It's just work that we're doing. Well, he's signing off. Thank you. Right. Boys and men of color. Ooh, ooh, nobody there. No one wants to be involved. Oh, honey, if you all lying and starting shit. So, pay attention to these kids. The real shit people are not going. Ask Latifah Simon how her campaign like events are going. Oh, people are just coming there to be for her because she's disgusting and switch Korea's daughter at birth. Oh, they only do funding for Black organizations, or we're working on like issues affecting like the Black community. Oh, okay. Why would I apply? When a Black mother dies, there's a ripple effect. Okay. We just thought that we like funded this and people wouldn't be like mad about what we did. So they basically dismantled the economy. Then try to get honeybee bitches that play games and have yeast infections and play with spell work and cut up rabbits and do this and do that. Oh, you're supposed to eat the dog feces with the meat? Oh, okay. So now I'm excited about like something. I feel like it's okay. Like, because you saw that chaos, right? And like, oh, well, look, Daisy, you got like something like lit. She should have never mentioned that on whack. She got caught up because that's how she ended up having to come onto the planet on whack. Because she started hell shit with Yanni and Huey, and then the Anuak came down, not the Aztecs, the Anuak, and they banished them and scattered those hosts. The punishment that they give you, bitches, in like Azteca world when you play, is they will malform your limbs. They will twist your limbs inside out. They'll be tied to your head like this. Your knee will be tied to your head like this, right? Your ass cheek will be like merged with the other one, and it's hella uncomfortable when you're trying to like boo boo or piss and stuff like that, like lifelong. That's unlocked. They just boom right there, and there's a substance that just like, since you want to be so low vibrational in your thought form, you will then take on a physical form that's just as low. Ooh. So now, but the funny thing is like, right? I was like, I used this last week, and I said I'm gonna call down the magician, and then the magician came. So now, right. So now, right, because this is a movie, right? And there's like a Negro spiritual, and yeah, and then so you get your spiritual gifts by playing with me. In my personal life, that's not your story, that's her. Like, oh, but we took meth and ate her umbilical cord and like then did a bunch of bullshit. So we thought that we were her. So like I'm going through like my day-to-day life, and they're like having these crazy ass emotional reactions off just being normal. Like you're so disgusting and fucking delusional. You're so like removed from the reality of what's about to happen to you. You have no idea. Let me help you. Hey, in the just suspicious. Seems starting this shit. Perfect. Come on, Dominos. Everybody, let's go. Come on, let's get to it. I know that we can do it. Hey, congratulations. Yeah, and then I'm asking what the fuck he's doing playing on your computer. So, anyways, you guys, it was like a gift from God, but I'm just gonna use this Urban Outfitters bag. But long story short, I got like this bag. It was let me show you. So people like know, like, oh, okay, you know, God likes me too. I like God has given me fancy things too. Yeah, God likes me too. I mean, I got a good job that I like manipulated like all of my transcripts to get, and it was like family owned anyways. And then like I started a bunch of shit and just stole from everyone else to like build this business. God likes me too. So that mark with that docket, that I filed, it will double in a minute because of interest. Thank you. Oh, and I can calculate interest if I like handle something properly. Right. Because this has been going on for how many months after? But let's start from 2020, which is what we're about to do, right? Because they should pay you out in 2020. Okay, good. All of a sudden, my computer is like acting out. Why? Because you're a magician now. You have to approve. Okay. There's 3 things that this high priest is going to put on the internet. Okay. Okay, high priest. I'm not really sure what's happening. Let me show you. Yeah, this is cute. Yeah. Chanel number 5, Chanel number 5. Yeah. I got this one. I think Future's daughter has this one too. I used it for gathering herbs. I found this. I don't know, it was like $170. Yeah. Yeah, it was brand new. I don't know who this belongs to. Maybe she got like kidnapped or something. Somebody's like looking for her. But I found it. Yeah, it was like around the corner from my house. I was like, oh, this is nice. I just I didn't feel like going through like the bag that I put it in. I put it in a nice place just in case like pick up dust or something. Yeah, but I love this. I'm gonna go use this to harvest. Yeah, it really dope ass hell I'm at that. I be making off. God loves me. So now, yeah, I got so anyways, I just had to show you guys that my computer froze for some odd reason. But I guess it's because like the magic that I put on here is gonna combat the magic that was put on here from someone else that was up there. Because how does that portal keep on staying open? It's somebody's child up there and I'm Gwen. So thank you. So by cloud chasing, you will expose something hella major, which is how you're gonna end up getting hit because the cartel's really looking into you. And somebody wants to know they're looking like it's this one right here. Okay, High Priestess, I'm gonna just tell you right now, what you exposed with this is very like serious, especially given what the father has gotten started. Yeah, thank you. That's enough. That's that whole Iran-Contra nonsense that they got started with Zoila and kidnapping her mom, right? And that's how Mildred came about with her mental illness, like acting out. Because that was their entire point. Like put them through hella drama, make sure that they get like married at least to military men and stuff like that. Like, oh, okay, so just in case that they ever like find out, I don't know. Yeah. Because the guerrilla war fighters, not Che Guevara, he's an op. That's why I fuck with you. He's an op. I figure if they're putting his name everywhere, he's an op. So Malcolm taught me. So now, and they so now we can go ahead and do something else because now we've exposed all these holes. Are you done? You don't have to find my work. You can just leave me alone so I can go do my work. And you can leave all of us that want to work together alone so we can go do our work successfully. And you can stop playing with my money. Because you know how this got started during quarantine, which is going to come up big. So what happened during COVID-19? Hey, Priestess. Well, there's like a war now because I guess I spoke on Hukun and they said like, oh, it was recorded in the internet. And now what you're going to go ahead and do is just like use just, wow. What I'm going to go ahead and do is 2 things. I'm going to go ahead and get Tifritim and I get Ifram and put it in the water and I'm going to say HTTP and then that's it, it breaks. Because that was the last level of magic on Huak. Above that, Above Anuak with my Anuak hand, above this is the false environment created from all the false magic. And it's like one of like the first like original magics that people like were using, like, oh, let me create a false environment around myself. So you think that I'm missing this and that. I like playing with all these plants and animals and da all at once. But then the funny thing is, like, I know that this environment is not real because I can look in the Akasha and see that you created this. It didn't come internally because the environment will be shining a different color. So a bunch of bitches in space are about to find out that everyone knows what they've been doing for years. That's why they're on a banished planet with just them. And they don't know that we're on a whole other planet. So they're saying, I'm in Zorzai too. You're not in Zorzai, you're in Aduduaz or Zorzai. The Duat of people that want to become Zorzin. Okay. And now something's going to come out with a bunch of these bitches playing and now creating Inca. So past Anuak, it's not any magic because you need something to anchor that portal. So if you're using anything past Anuak, it's not Anuak and it's not magic. It's just probably a child, again, in water. Good. So thank you for starting a bunch of shit because now we've broken down another level of this internet bullshit. I'm gonna go put something on the internet. Somebody's gonna start crying. Wow, they're talking from space. Once again, drama. Ha ha ha. Da 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 da. You just see all that meetings and conversations about Daisy's work and she's not there, and meetings and conversations about Leon's work and what he's doing at the feds and he's not there, and meetings about what the fuck you want to get a fundraise for, but they're doing all the work. And I was just two of them doing all the fucking work because she's a psychic and he's the one that's working in the legal field, and they ended all this. But you can keep on sitting here staring at me with my Teletubby buttons because I'm sure they're going to get like or bigger. Why is it your body's changing more like this and this and that? It's a chemical in the sky for white women to feel better about themselves because they're overweight and like other bitches that were playing games. Just stop it and putting me on the internet as Desiree with Photoshop because that's how they got all the white supremacists emboldened. She was doing this and that. She's not a psychic. She gave everyone period blood, Lucy O'Leary, and that's how she became this. But that's not Daisy, though. That's Desiree. In a minute, he's going to get that. Who's banned from events? He's seen it. And social work. Who's banned in social work? That one he has. Woo, baby. So I'm going to go outside and go see what they have for me. I'll find that bag in a minute. I'll just take a picture of it. I just don't want to like spend all my time looking for it. Let me just do this. There's like a cat that likes to yell. It's a cat they play with over there to talk to people. Like Sam, Sabrina the Teenage Witch, that was one of them that did that. They got banished. They just thought it was funny that the cat was like on TV, like, oh, around Air Crunkle. Well, I wouldn't say Melissa Joan Hart is an Air Crunkle. She's more okay. But that the cat was on TV and then Air Crunkle was dancing around the cat, like, oh, you're magical, and like starting with shit. She just didn't really understand what she did to the cat itself. She just thought it was funny that the cat was like talking. Right. Sam, you guys remember Sam? Sabrina the Teenage Witch. Yeah, Sam, he was here since then, starting shit. Causing hella drama with JoJo and Garfield. Playing with in their piss. Because cat piss is like has like a type of like a nickname. They only like it's like that because they're on the planet. That's how cats got debilitated. Holy hell shit. Hey, don't start that bullshit again. Here they go. Yeah, just doing too fucking much. Right? No, you've not done shit for anybody, but you just got a quick week. That's not like advancing it. Telephone man. Telephone man. Make up in the tell me my step. Keep on getting right. She deserves it. Oh, here you go. She's on number 5. She's on number 5. Good. That's not my business. You start bringing shit here, I'll start bringing shit there. Okay, cool. Okay, yay. Pagafin Yo. This song is called Pagafin Pagafin yo. Pagafin Oh, this is not children. Your love is your love. My love is my love. No, you're you and I'm you. And then you're me. Okay. That's Inca. You're you. And I am you. But you're me. Okay, so then who's who? Why are you asking me that? I just told you you're me. Oh, you're right. So now I know that I am you and you are me. No, remember, you are me. I am you. Oh, okay. That's Incas. They're so goofy because they play with like weird psychedelics and do nonsense all day. So they don't know who's who. Yeah, Inca. And then they mix niggas. I just can't even. You see it in the hood. I don't want to talk about it. Here's the back. With the Chanel number 5 thing too. I mean, like, oh, see, now you can pay your rent because you have all these things that you found on. How did you do all that? I don't know. This person's cute. This is. So anyways, oh, there we go. The internet is back and restored. 3 portals have been closed. 4 more will be closed when I go ahead and type something up. And that is it for the Anuak. And that's what they were hiding the whole fucking time. And perfect. Anuak. If I type in Anuak, will we find anything about them? Maybe. We'll find a few things that are like, to like a river pie or the Apache. Anuak. Anuak. Yeah. This Anuak is something different. It's Anuak and then this Anuak. Anuak, like a specific state of like knowing, like Anuak, like I know what you're doing, Anuak. Like it'll be like Anuak Chanchawak. Like, oh, I have like a severe awareness that you've done transgressions towards me in order to transgress God. Like Anuak. Yeah, like, oh. So now, let's go. Anuak. Yeah. Hella big ass ops in the Oaxaca community. Good. I have nothing to say. Just leave me the fuck up out of it because you can just get shot. Ooh, that's just messy. Figure I was in LA. That's where bitches go to hole. It's like right by the hostel. And 3 females in that community are on there now because what they got started with Milpa. Anuak is Nahuatl. They're saying this is Nawa. Nawa. They have like a whale, like a narwhal whale. They do that on purpose. Its name's completely different. Tahuman Tepet. I need you guys to see this. Tahuman Tepet. Interesting. That's not actually really what it means though. But I like how it says like coastal water. Because remember I talked about the intelligences, like, oh, there's that and that and that and that in it, which that's not really what that means. If you want to say coastal water, it will be in this, if it's in like let's say for instance, because you can't really, you don't speak Aztec unless you have the Akasha. You can speak Mam, and some people know like Mayan, right? The closest that you're gonna get to Mayan on the planet is Mam and 3 other languages like in Paraguay, Bolivia, and then Peru. Those like indigenous tribes that Lucy O'Leary went to go play in. Do you see what I'm saying now? Lucy O'Leary went to go live down there and a whole entire fucking village in Peru went missing. Okay. And then guess who she brought into the community? Raquel. Raquel. This one that played in the cartel. And there's a white lady paying her bills. But the funny thing is, Rachel, I just typed it. I didn't even say I just typed it. Yeah, and I didn't say I just typed it. So now you're so lucky, like I'm like level-headed, like, because you just really don't know. I would never get charged for anything I did, even if I took a baseball bat to your head of your car, anything, because of what you did. And you know that, because the police wouldn't even come. So, like, anyways, right? So you're gonna say, like, let's go back in here. Okay, thank you. I didn't know it was gonna turn into all this, but I'm glad it did, because we just exposed something with a bunch of bitches lying. I'm not. Yeah, I'm Huey and God. Right, but you sacrificed your own sister's child, like literally. Right. And then you blew up your whole fucking community and started with shit. But you, yeah, I'm Yami and Huey and how come it's her and not us? Are you sure she didn't play with the Oaxaca? And it's not about that though, because we're all in Swordside. So Yami and Huey invited me to be a Mayan. But Azteca is just general if you're in Swordside. You could become an Azteca if you are Igbo, if you are Uzbeki, if you are Vietnamese. Because it's just a chemical state. I perfected it. So now, game like, oh, but and this is just what happened. Like, oh, ooh, I'm from Brookfield. Oh, but why did I see over there playing Havens Court? Yeah. So, right. So it's saying, oh, Anuak is Nawal. Oh, it's like, so you have like, let's say for instance, you have, and this is like what I want to do in the community. So everyone can get arranged like, oh, okay, thank you for like helping me. Now I see we've been speaking the language in a way that makes our DNA move differently. So we can't get a higher aspect of our language. Oops. So the endowment is sitting here playing with this, knowing that they're playing with this stupid ass magic from space from stupid goofy bitches and they think it's cute. But they know that I know. They just don't know that I'm gonna tell you. So why don't I just help you and just make them go that way with the spiral? And why don't I just stop? When she thinks she's gonna take over all Oaxaca women all at once and you're not, now I'm an Aztec. If you don't get that bitch out of my fucking face, so now I don't want to hear it. You start too much shit, you're disgusting. The police watch this and they're like, she's very normal. I'm actually like, I've seen this before. This is how they started doing side shows. Yeah. She was just very calm. Okay. Came the next day, very calm. Okay. Came the next day, very calm. Okay. And that's how it got started with hella police officers getting murdered. He is a high priest. Good. He's a high priest. Good. So, so now, yeah, so we have, right? Say we have a mom, right? And then there's in mom, there's two derivatives of this mom language, based if you're in Oaxaca, and then if you're Tenochtitlan. You should have never made those shirts in high school, like Hecho in Mexico, because I looked at it like, oh, I don't know, there's different parts of like Spanish America. That makes sense because Isaac is my cousin here, and then Linda looks Spanish. Isaac, are you Indian? No. Oh, okay. I saw you in the history book. Yeah, we would. That's how it will be. And I said that name for a reason. Oh, my friend Yahida, she's tall and Spanish. Her hair is long and dark. But my other cousin here, his sister Maricela, is brown, is straight. Oh, we are from Jalisco, and they are from Tenochtitlan. Oh, I didn't know. Yahida Ledesma. Yeah, thank you. So now I don't want to hear nothing else. Shut up. So now what's happening here is Adelene lived on the street. She is tall and her hair is brown. She is supposed to be Spanish. She is part Inca because of a engagement with a man that was a demonic. So she is no longer either. So you have Mom, Oaxaca, Tenochtitlan, right? Just like based on like what spiral and what herb really, it's really the herb because the herb that they eat in the diet changes the intelligence of it. So instead of like in Mom, I say in Oaxaca Mom, I could say hello. And that's like they'll like to say like pisaram, pisan, right? Or like let's say for instance, I could say in Tenochtitlan, it'll be like prisaram, right? Tenochtitlan is not that they're speaking in older Oaxaca, that's like more longer. Then they say like, why Tenochtitlan? Like you trying to like, you think that we're like more hood. That's like a thing like, oh, it's Tenochtitlan. Like, oh, it's more like, hello, how do you do type of thing. Like in the Ethiopia, Higram versus Higrisan, right? So you're gonna say, oh, because they ate a specific herb that more skill intelligence. So I have more time to go ahead and process all of your like thoughts and process the communications, and it's just longer in our speech. So you have that, Mom. And this is on like the whole scale of like the Mayan languages, right? Okay, so you have that in the Mayan languages. But if you have the Mayan languages, but it's adjacent to Japanese. It's adjacent to Igbo. It's adjacent to Cree, not Ojibwa, but Cree. Then there's Ojibwa Cree, there's Cree Ojibwa, right? So then you have Mom, then you have Cree as a type of like Mayan language. There you go. A specific group of people I'm not going to mention because they're always getting stalked. So Mom, and then you have Cree, and then like if you have Nawal, and you have Nawal. Now Nawal creates Mom. So it's Mayan, Nawal. Then you have the Mom. Thank you, Linda Sanchez, who's watching. Yeah, you really speaking Oaxaca. Then you really saying Tenochtitlan. She never got involved with the bitch feeding you period blood because she thought it was cute. So my language is Nawal, Mom. I talked about this a long time ago. It's called Aleister Crowley, like the blood of the it's like the blood of the Babylonian whore. It's like a manifesto that they put out about feeding people period blood and starting hella shit and playing with sex rituals. I didn't even go past the page. I was like, this is hella magic, and I threw it away. I didn't buy it. It's online. Okay. So Mayan languages, the Mayan language, right? You have Nahual, then you get Mom, and then you can get Oaxaca Mom, or Tenochtitlan Mom, right? Two different types. But then you have Nahual, and Cree is not adjacent to Nahual. It's like Mayan Cree. Nahual is like a little bit in the intelligence of Cree. And this is where you could say like in like a Nahual word, Macumcoench, like a Nahual Macumcoench, that's more Cree. You could say I'm Macumcoench, full sleep. Now, if you say that in Cree, like I'm Macumcoench, that means like I've gone to the dream state, right? So there we go, right? And this is why, yeah, and you're uploading something like that to virtual reality and talking about she's supposed to be like gay with like a weird like Latin woman, like she's supposed to be like your puppy like toy. I can't swear, I'm just gonna go read into this after. Like I'm gonna go read this on my phone. Nicaragua. A lot of people. Nicaragua. Nicaragua. Nicaragua is a language from the Atokamlac people. Nicaragua. It's two languages. Nah, it's not. It's like Nahuatl and like a mix between like another language that was created between the Garifuna and Taino. It's not Taino, it will be like Turbanad people. They're not, it's not Turbanado, but Turbanad people, right? They both live in the mountains together. Turbanad, they lived a little bit higher. We don't talk to anybody, but we see you go to where we will help you. So now, hey, this is ignorant. We should have just listened in school and stopped like bullying people and starting shit and like trying to be lit and like focus on Jordan's. Yeah. And then like not stalking people who didn't focus on that and like living their life. Or like hood niggas that like did the right thing and like fought warfare. Now you want to play with them because you're an op in the hood and can't get weight. Please, by the way, that nigga M. Benel, I don't fuck with him. He started hella shit and he got that high priest killed and the guy his son shot at. You're hella fucking dishonorable playing games. Prezi, that's not who I'm talking about. There's a high priest that was in West Point. Don't fucking start it. There was a high priest in West Point, Tonga Simone, who he did rapping too. He was friends with him. That's what I'm talking about. Prezi went to go play with him with period blood magic. Playing. So, anyways, Mayan languages, Nahuatl, Mam, Oaxaca, Tinochlan. We already settled that months ago. He just didn't know that. That's what you keep on getting shot at. You niggas faking, right? Mayan languages, Nahuatl, you have Mam, Oaxaca, and the Tichuan, the two different derivatives, right? And then that's really it. So if I'm going to say like, oh, I want to speak Cree, that's not adjacent to Mayan, but it's not adjacent to Nahuatl. It's right in the middle with Cree. Right, there you go. So then, right, there's a few other languages, but I'm not going to talk about that. So let's not get people stalked and harassed. So then, Nakaro, Carao, foods, Carao, Carao, Carao. If I say ascurao, that's ascurao, like bitter fruit, but it's like more for like, oh, that nigga's not my mate. Like ascurao, how long? Tough comment. Like that means like 3 months, okay. If not, then I'll have to give you pokemon, meaning like the bitterest fruit. But that's how you won't ever get pregnant again, maybe. And that's how you well, that's why as a front came to the planet, you guys are doing way too much. Yeah, and they start too much. This one, yeah, the Isthmus of Tahuantepec. There's something here with like a spiral function that's gonna get somebody shot. Please go ahead and deactivate that. Tanapet. Tanapet. Tahantepet. 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 There we go. Tahantepet. How you say it? Tahantepet. Tahantepet. Tahantepet, Tehuantepet, they're tied together. They're not the same, but one is like a derivative of the other. It's like how I could say like hi, or I can say hello, right? That type of thing. Like literally like hi or hello, right? Is Tahawantepet or Tawantepet or Tapatet. Just has to be. Let's keep going. Ooh, nice. Between nobility and commerce. Peopleton, like I know somebody named Zeltsin, and Zeltsin is the name they're looking for. Zeltsin's like, oh, I'm a priestess. Peopleton is like, oh, I'm a man that like I kind of studied, but I got like 5 or 6 kids, 2 different baby mamas. I'm trying. Shit is like wild. I like psychedelics, but she had good pussy though. Like fuck. That's like Peopleton. Yeah. Yeah. Woo, Papacito's dad and best friend, don't worry, he's a high priest. He will be not like a Zopsin, he'll be called like a Zapotlin. And that's where they get like Zapatistas. Like, yeah, like the word Zapata is like warfare. Like I'm a warfare, but it will be like but for the Zapatistas, it will be like a Zaplatin, right? Like I'm a female one. If it's a male, I'll be like a Zapatlanlin. All right. You hoes want to go play with that entire community and their children off of this nonsense, and I'm not going to let it happen. And that's why their children love me. They see me everywhere and they're like, hi, Queen. Right. You really don't know what you guys started. Like, I don't know. It's even increased since I started speaking more Maya Oaxaca language. Like, it's like the kids like, no, like, oh, that's my auntie. Like, a mom. One of the kids asked, mom, is there like black people like us? They're just dark. I saw it. I saw a lady. I know she's like, she looks like she can be like us. Oh, Mayan language is Cree, right? So then we're gonna have like Aztec, and then if you want to talk about Aztec, like if you going, it doesn't really matter. Like if you're able to speak a language of Aztec, that means you've gone into a certain chemical state. It's only an update of your language. So what Aztec are you speaking? Fuck, right? There's Aztec Maya. There's Aztec Cree. if you want to, when you start speaking Aztec Cree, you are like part Iroquois. Yeah, oh, like, ooh, that means you're hella lit, right? So when you get there, right, before you get to Aztec and Iroquois, you get to Iroquois, and then you get to, you see, there you go. So you can speak Aztec Igbo. Fuck you. Aztec Igbo, after all these children suffered and what the fuck you got started with their mothers and their fathers. So Maya, Cree, Igbo, and then you have like, oh, Aztec, Maya, Cree, Igbo, and then Aztec in Japanese. Japanese, right? And then you have Aztec, Maya, Cree, Igbo, Japanese, Aztec, no. And Aztec Viet, cool, right. And that's really it, because people are like, okay, why not Cambodian or Indonesian? Because if you're an Indonesian or Cambodian, then you're Vietnamese. Kwam head, Kwam head, Kwam head means no more, Kwam head. Whoa. I like reading the words so I can see how they've been playing with spell word between like 8 different planets. And that's how they built that from Mars to Massapequa. That's really just it, like how they built like a big ass like portal playing with the languages from Mars to Massapequa, which is a Mayan planet, to play games with everyone's herbs and start shit with Yani and Huey. Yani and Huey, right? I'm not on psychedelics, but Yani does it too. Like, oh, like, you know, singing and la 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 la. This one, it says, Maseholten, Matroselten in Mayan. If it's Aztec, I mean, which one? It's up to you. So now, Tezcatlipoca, like Lake Titicaca. You guys got fucking caught up starting shit like that and giving that high priest drugs. I know him. He runs around with the book like, hey, I'll give you knowledge if you give me a cigarette or something like that. But he just came like, have you ever read this book about like a white man came over the water and started hella shit in Lake Titicaca? And look at this. It's elevated here, but why is the water down there? And what they're basically telling is the pale one then came in a sky. That's early Jesus. Some bitch lost her melanin and went glamoring people like, and they thought it was a demon, and it was. And that's how that stupid ass nigga Captain Cook went to Hawaii and said, oh my God, and got killed. Why are you white? He didn't have time to like go mate and eat and all that type of stuff. That's a story. He got killed by King Kamehameha, his dad. Aztec in Hawaii. When there's a federation of Ho'opono, they'll call them the, I have to accept this language. Thank you, Pele. And she says I've gotten to this point because I really started a lot of shit and they're starting a lot of shit with me. So we need to show people thinking that they're going to keep you as a spiritual like sex slave to like do work for them after what they started with your name, and they have no money. And there are people that have making it seem like, oh, we have enough to start this, and they don't. In all of the people gathered, don't even have as much money as you're about to get in court. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Altogether, they don't even have up to like $8 million to play. And they have court cases, bail, and bank accounts revoked. Here you go. It's 1, 2, 3, 4 of them. I'm gonna show it to all the investigators. They have this platform where like they coded a certain substance into it so I can pop things from my mind in there. They thought they were gonna be playing with me in the computer, like, oh, we're psychics, and oh, just sign up and now you can divinate. Oh, yeah, that's something stupid. Oh, we just got defunded. Yeah, you did, bitch. The fuck? Right. And all the funders, they don't care. Like, well, how dare you start something like that? You try to have Daisy kidnapped. We got the video. They have the video circulating. They try to like sexually assault like an EP to get his credentials to get drugs. They have the video circulating. Wow. And then like try to play some silent game like we don't know what the fuck is happening. It's very loud. Like literally, like stay loud, right? So now, like, let's say for instance, you're in Aztec, right? But like you make it farther enough. Igbo has one too, and that's Ordinani. Like after that, you don't even speak in Igbo Kwazo, you speak Ordinani, like your strong intelligences, like right, and that's Aztec and then Ordinani. right? And then like, let's say for instance, now in Hawaii, you're gonna like go further with Pele. You're gonna be called like a Hapuana Apuan. Ooh. Whoa, let's do one. Yeah, wow. So, anyways, yeah, thank you, Pele. Okay. So you say Aztec, Odinani, and then in Pele is Hoa'apa Awanai. Hoa. It's actually you draw it in a spiral. Hoa'apa. Yo. It's like the highest warrior class. Yeah, Pele is a Hoa'apa, but she's also an Aztec, an Azteca. Whoa. And you playing games with Yani and Huey and Pele? Yani and Huey. So Hawaii. So Hawaii, right? And that's what the fuck you get for practicing so much jealousy that people like their children get cut up because of it. And that's why you're mad because you don't fucking have anything because you're playing with the pedophile. Good. Go play over there. You're playing with my handy and castle, right? Running your mouth, crying, making fake statements while we're on quarantine and thought like, okay, that's good enough to hide the fact that we practice incest, play with Haniti, and we robbed everybody. Playing with my name, right? So now look at you're getting shot at, you have no money, you have no food, and you have to rely on Desiree that everyone hates to get anything. That's hella sad. And then she's like running around cloud chasing. That's not what we sent you to go do. We told you to just do this so the community's appeased. We should have never fucking brought her in. Did you feed us period blood? She fed everyone's period blood, but who cares? Good. You guys deserve it. Thank you. Good. So then, yeah, look. Um, the particular to Tim Chitsan was the patron god who is the Dipalatual, aka Yani and Huey, right? You're playing with Huey's name down here. Wow. So this one right here, like Tilalok, Tilalok is like, oh, um, Tilalok. It's a specific intelligence that you invoke when you want to be like mischievous, like, oh, Tilalok. Yeah. Oh, like Petite and Hornitos, like she wants to get mated, like, oh, let's get Tilalok. Yeah. It used to actually be like a set type of psychedelic for warfare, like, oh, these bitches down there, they're Incas. Let's go get Tilalok. And then we really like craft up nonsense in our mind for them. But they got Patinclamu, and they tied it with Tilaluk. And that's how they made a bunch of Incas and Petite warriors where all these little kids are playing games, starting little shit like these Spanish kids. You guys have seen it. Like you guys heard about that boy that got arrested. Like he had done like 4 murders in Southside or some shit like that playing with the feds. And then there's like a few of them playing with Darwin and what's that bitch's name? She got her sister killed because she was playing with magic. Paola. And they play with like Larkin Street playing games like in the hood and starting hella shit. Tila, look, that's why Jose Luis can't find a job like starting hella shit in the hood because they already hired them. Tila, look. And they tied it with Platoon Tao. Yeah, that's like saying I'm gonna take bleach and I'm gonna put it in like Hennessy with some like wine so you don't taste it. That's actually fucking delusional, right? And so yeah, he's still trying to get out that July. Quest with Waddle. Why Quest with Waddle? So like Quetzalcoatl, that's so funny. Like Quetzalcoatl, they're saying it's like a deity, but Quetzalcoatl is like a specific system that we use to manage chemical demons. Like, you guys were sitting here talking about, oh, I'm making like offerings to to Excel and Quetzalcoatl and Didon and Itakarate, and you bitches are playing with. Let me speak in mom. You're playing with Turutofa, a demon. Is the Ethiopian language and mom connected? Specific intelligence. We're all from Zornzygo. Doesn't mean it's the same language. And it's like the sand intelligence. Because we're just like, I mean, we're crystal people. So you're going to find like a geometric pattern, right? In certain crystals. Yeah, Yanni, she was not playing. That's not a joke. That's why hella bitches got killed in 2017. So, anyways, so like, oh, what's that? With the llama, the emperor's new school, Cusco. They try to repair like Maya and the three. We're not. You know when you're about to whoop your dog and she's just like, yeah, that's what we're not doing that again. But they did because why is she with the tail one? Thank you. And then you said, oh, barbarians. Yeah, we thick, and then they're starting hella shit like that because you're Incas. Oh, okay, so oh, okay, like oh dumb, like crunk. Oh, and then how he sacrificed himself, like to with the jaguar to stop you who used jaguar because they started that fire and that jaguar went bad on people, and that's how Flopper he got hit because he didn't fight in that war. I didn't know what to do. I've taken on several forms. I don't know where my magical form is. Yeah, yeah, and that's what happened with Big Flopper, that Cartel, and that's why he got fat like that. And he was talking. That was him talking, and he's gonna come back again and introduce himself, but he feels like it's just too much going on. So, right, right. So I'm just gonna do this on Patreon for my patrons and stuff like that. We'll teach and stuff like that. I mean, but I don't want to do that anymore because I feel like I should be teaching like hella people all at once. Oh, after the fall of Tenochtitlan on the 13th of August, why my birthday would Tenochtitlan fall and it's still here? Whose cartel are you trying to play in now with my birthday? Because that's the same day you played in the Bible with Adar. Whoa, Daisy, that's not good at all. That's not good at all. Right. So now, ooh, to the Aztec Emperor Huey the Autonomy. Yeah, and he's an Inca. Inca, what language? They speak English or Latin. If you want to go get like a Olympia, it will be like, oh, like let me go do like it's like Muchwan Chapalan. Like, oh, let me go like that. These bitches, you hoes are fucking disgusting. That's okay. I feel like you just deserve what you're getting now with gunshots and a bunch of shit, and your kids getting sick, and your kids hating you. I hate you so much, screaming, crying, vomiting, throwing tantrums because your children hate you because of what they saw you do playing in here. Because they saw like a glimpse of like, oh, we can do better. Like, I would love to learn that. I want to do that. And for 2 years, these kids have been stalled. And for 2 years, this had no business happening had you just stopped. But you're playing with the weird ass bitch that just got the last queer foundation hit, bank account closed. Because this is about people needing to be gay and about people practicing incest, like and trying to force that on this. So everyone's getting done funding. I can actually do that with this. She's the one that's going to do that. I'm about to go get her. Yeah, that was Desiree's big ass. She thinks it's cute. She'll be like, oh, like you put period blood and everyone like lost their mind and lost their job. Right? You got your ass whooped and like they put a water hose in like your ass and like try to clean you out. That's like punishment. And you got like real like vermin like in your body because the water's hella dirty for what you guys got started. And it was sewer water. Ooh, that like in like mom would be like dirty water, like psychedelics, mushrooms, all of this time. Now you know why. Okay, great. So next time, right? Don't be sticking your dick in people's kids, starting all shit, or causing hella drama. And then maybe like you'll have a different outcome. Okay. So, right. So I would love to be in that federation. Like, whoa. And then, right, and then you have autonomy, but you also have Kemet. And then Kemet is like likened to Aztec, autonomy, Hawaii. Kemet. Right. So like this one, this alumni, the Hawaii one, that's Pele's like great grandmother. Yeah, she was the one that first like, you want to go to war with me? She turned into a hapa on the Hawaii. All right. So then Pele and all of us, we worked our way up. Imagine. So even in this Azteca, it's another high priestess, like the original Azteca. She's in the ancestral plane. That's deep. All her bodies are in the ancestral plane. So, right. And then Kemet, right? So it's two people in Kemet. And we don't bring people in like to Kemet. Like you work your way in and then you come into Kemet because you've just like gone through a specific warfare where you've mastered physics. So Duarte he's made it. Judy Belkis in Kemet family, she's made it. Chris in Kemet family, he made it. Quavo, he's in Kemet family, he made it. Duarte of all people is in Kemet family. I just want you to think about that again. Yes, that Duarte from Philippines. Okay, I'm in Kemet. Whoa. Ariane, she's in Kemet family. But there's also another federation of the Pashtuns, and that's like high up and it's Persian. Whoa! Let's not start that. Let's not start that. Let's not start that. Let's not start that. Bye, bye, bye. After playing with Borgia. Ooh. Ooh. Yeah. Ooh. Ooh. Yeah. So we're done there. But I just think that it was fun that we like went down that road. And I feel like we're always so constructive that it started off as like always constructive to expose people and get the cartel like settled in terms of who's starting shit and exposing like 40-year wars. Okay. Right. That you started with your pussy because your baby daddy's an op. And then right. And then we're also like exposing ulterior motives. Wow, right. And then we're also exposing like a bunch of bitches that started a bunch of bullshit that can't speak their language. Wow. And then we're also exposing like, if I put this in this, it will be okay. But this shouldn't be touching my skin like that because you have nothing about that. That's what she said when she walked in somebody's house with the key, because they made copies of the key to her door. And well, somebody got shot. It's none of my business. Hey, brother, how's it go? Yeah, apply more pressure. So now, right now, are we done? Okay, good. I just canceled a bunch of shit. Good. I'm so like proper too. I got that's the problem. I'm gonna put a spell on myself. I'll just be reckless and ratchet and delusional, and I'll be able to handle it. Like I'll be just as reckless and ratchet and delusional as the enemy. I mean, really, like it can't really go as far as that, Daisy. Like you're not gonna be invoking like poison in yourself just to like. You want to invoke more healing, and that's where we come in. At least you are right. That's Sakamoto still talking and shouldn't be down here. I'm about to beat my son's ass, but that's okay. Yeah, they let them have it. They did a lot of good work because they exposed this, so they can have some. So Moctezuma, let's talk about him and how he's an Inca. Yeah, this nigga's a big ass op. I'm playing with human space because there is no opportunity for that because he's what. So, okay. And you thought these niggas were going to be coming back to the planet with Gorfies and like and Jordans and like oh he's lit, like he has Nikes on and like oh I like his jumpsuit and oh he has waves. So you can have me, whoa, Yanni and Huey, Yanni and Huey. You're this Yupi people, they're ops too. They started a lot of shit. Yeah, and they got banished from the Oaxaca community because they're the reasons why the Oaxaca people like even like have to travel into the city and deal with the Spanish one. Talapanek language. We're gonna say Talapanek. It's like Cree Cree. Talapanek is Cree mom, not mom Cree. But this Mifa are uh Oaxaca mom and Cree. This Talapanek, this one I said like Tenochtitlan. It's Cree and then Tenochtitlan mom. Because I just exposed war. Good. The Otomanguane language family. 4 languages on here are not real. Suktiaba language. This language is part of that Garifuna, Turbanad, and then another group of people that are like into who you call like a specific like warrior class of people, like type Taino and Arawak. Like it'll be Taino to the 4th power. You're gonna get shit. I see what I've been doing wrong. We don't have shit on this planet because each one of them has like a whole like category of herbs and plants and animals and crystals. None of it is on the planet because you play too much. And this nigga Moctezuma, he's so fucking messy. He was never a king. He banished that said, "Oh, now I have a speech because I played in Topeka." Yeah, he's gay and he starts all shit. Like, I mean, you could do what you want. It's shattered. What is this? I'm not at all. I'm not at all like balanced in my intelligence. Is like I do whatever the fuck I want. Doesn't that look like that crystal that we just pulled up on Rough? No, you didn't. We just pulled this up. It's the mix site because we coded it into something. That's how somebody got caught up. That's what he's saying. That's that crystal because he created that nonsense. Playing with Inca. No, you didn't. Mix site. Where is it? Mix site. Because I just typed this up. Aha, this one. Yes. Exactly. That's what they're saying. That's what he's saying. Like I start hella shit. I fucked up my mama who really cares. That's my sister too. Really honestly, like I don't really know how this got started, but I went into the garden, I came down. They are yeah, that's how they are. Yeah. Like, oh, and don't ask me those type of things worse than me. Feel this round. Moctezuma's ancestor, he just exposed himself. Now something else is going to come out because there's something too about like maybe royal families, right? Because so why would you like put and then this serpent is banished? I have no speech. That's why I'm here. That's the bloodline he's saying that he's coming from. Banished serpents. It has no speech. Right, because this is saying like, oh, I once had a specific intelligence of like air and electricity and fire, and that's now done. Yeah, and then they play games and look with the foot, and then look with the head, and look at they're basically talking about people like being malformed and shit like that, and getting caught up in drama. Whoa, this is not Aztec or Mom. This is like Latin mixed with like one other like banished group of Incas that once spoke a specific language that's not on the planet because they got straight blocked from reproducing and coming down here. Just that's just done. This I'm about to go into when somebody's gonna get caught the fuck up with that codex because I have it. Oh, okay, so I have a question. Somebody watching my channel. When does this stop? Because my cousin just got shot. Well, you let me know when you want it to stop. So let's keep on going. I just don't think it should stop. I think it should still keep fucking going. Whoever the fuck is playing with that rabbit, turn that shit the fuck off. And you stop coming down here for treats and candy and like opening up portals because I'm about to whoop your motherfucking ass. I'm tired of you. Okay, good. So, anyways, so Chinliko, let me show you this. Oh, I'm Limclo. That's not a real like word. Limclo. None of those are like adjacent database. Cyclino. This one is Cyclino. Cyclino is like a Cyclino. Zucchino, like, oh, um, Zucchino is like kind of like when you call somebody like an ekene, like, oh, is it, ooh, Zucchino, like, oh no, his dick is like not long and it's hella thin, and he's like weak boned, and he starts too much shit, like, and he'll be like asking like for like more part of your bed, and it's your bed, like, don't go for that one, go to that one, a tipichaya, right? Tipichayas, they were from Tapanek, that area. This one is Tilachicaucha. Tilachicaucha. Okay, Tilachichau. You can say O or A because they don't know if it's O or A. Tilachichaucla. And this is saying like, oh, a specific type of herb that you like ingest. It's savory. You can use it to like season like a few vegetables, like 4 of them. It's mainly eggplant. And then you can eat that and just be like, ooh, this is like hella good. But it's like if you don't have a lot of like food, it's like an herb that's supposed to open portal functions to like amp like the nutrition in the food that you're eating. Like, okay, I have this one eggplant. Let me use this one to plinchlau, to lachlau, to plinklau, to lachinchlau, to maatatlu, iklatiftum. They're all in the same class of herbs. Let me go ahead and use that, and I can open up more portal function than this. So like I may have this, but it may feel like I ate 3 times. Ooh. Ikpakatek, 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 like Ikpakatek. We're gonna go to Ikpakatek. That's where you go see like the high priest of like a specific type of like metal. We want to know like how we're supposed to go to war with these people. Is it through using the speech? Is it direct, or is it through like poisoning their waters? Right? Like, poisoning their crops. How should we go to war for this war to be successful? Because that will tell you how long the war is going to be. And that's the herb that they're using now to keep this bullshit going. I mean, you asked, well, you wanted to go and play with stupid schizophrenic bitches. How many herbs did they tie? Wow. Yankultan, Yankultan, this Zozalan, and Tizok, Tisquak. Yeah, it's like Tisquak, it's Tisquak. You predicted the Mexican military was going to come. If you don't sit your ass down and stop starting shit with tarot cards and spades, this is how they do it. And playing with people's kids, like, oh, what intelligence will be here? It says warfare. So then go and like get them prepped and like come and sneak up on you and start shit because yeah, we can't go back on the planet, so we have to keep coming down here for food. Yeah, one of them lives next door to me. She came here from space. Like when she was small, I didn't know that we came from space. I just thought it was like a long journey. Such an Inca, so disgusting. Just not realizing why would I be doing magic on my neighbors? I look stupid. Yeah, you do. Okay. This name, this one will be like Hajitonkos, Hajitonkos, Hajitonkos. This is not the like full name. The old name is Hajitonkos, and it's like the city of banished people. And there was a flower war. A a flower war. It literally was a war started over a flower. Yeah, these Incas like, I am you, so you are me. Why are you writing his dick first? Well, you said that you are me and I'm you. I said that I am. I said that. Well, words here. I am you, and that's all you need to know. Okay, so if I am you, I should be able to enjoy. But I am you, so you only do what I do. But you wrote him too. Yeah, but I'm supposed to go first because remember, you are me. Get it together. That's how they talk, and it's so fucking enraging. Imagine Iralina Maria. Oh, which hit nigga did you fuck on from nothing? Oh, this one, he's cute. Okay, yeah, but I was talking to him too. Yeah, but come on, I introduced you to him. That's true. Let me go talk to this other nigga. Oh, you talking to him too? I used to fuck on him too. I know his brother though. I'll let you fuck with him. And then we'll play as couple ladies. Well, so now, yeah, and look how we tied to like a wheel. Like, yeah, I'm tied to the debilitated intelligences that I invoke through sexual warfare. This is why this is here. I don't have a fucking malice anymore, bitch. I had to eat it. That's the food that I have for thousands of years. Then I went to go play games with the Jaguar and talk about lion skin and playing with Moctezuma and all these other bitch ass niggas. And this is basically saying I'm gonna constantly be in war with their federation for fucking ever. Can this just stop? Because now I'm back on the planet again and niggas are busting at me like Jaguar. I don't know. I didn't play in your federation. That's what's really coming out. You playing in virtual reality? You think talking about Yani and Yui? Wow. So good. So now at least you know where you're from. Good. So now a whole bunch of things got exposed. The last of cannabis is done. The last of coca is done. The last of Inca is done. The last of everything is done. And it just took you clout chasing online to expose a whole fucking family. That's gonna get you set up in drama because they know who your father is. Good. I think it's perfect that you bitch ass niggas keep playing with my work and it keeps backfiring because there's a spell on it. Why would you put a spell on your work for people that plagiarize from you? Like, yeah, I was just gonna say that this is our culture and our work. Yeah, that excuse went out the door when you kidnapped and sacrificed a bunch of people from your own place. Like, imagine how stupid I would be. Like, oh yeah, Odinani should be for everybody, but I'm going in and out of Nigeria, like starting hella shit, robbing everyone's farm, getting everyone's people sacrificed. We stop like we said that people, everyone's watching this. The only people that are clout chasing are other people that like you. You're trying to wow somebody that doesn't know. They know, like, oh, whose work is this? That's what they ask them every time. Whose work is this? I put like I put iftunum on my teeth and they're much more white. Okay, good. All right, you guys. So that's all I have for today. You're very stupid. Let me go outside and see what other tufan I'm well in Oaxaca it'll be called like I'm a chumta, right? Or tiramta. Like, or you could say chumchavase. Like, oh, like those are I just said Oaxaca. I said the original mom, and then I said Tenochtitlan type of mom. Okay, so figure out what I just said. Like, oh, like pretty things. Oh, like interesting things. Oh, things that like grow. Same thing. Looking for flowers. All right, you guys. So that's all I have. Stay the fuck away from me and my work. Stop playing with me, bitch.